Hello, my name is Michael, and welcome to an online edition of The Works from the Clearview Library District. The Works is for kids ages 6 to 12 who like to tinker, build, get messy, and explore. And it's a way for you to engage in science, technology, engineering, art, and math, or STEAM. And every other week, I'll have a new project for you to try at home, and I'll be focusing on a different part of STEAM learning every other week. This week, we're going to do some holiday themes, art, and crafts. So we're going to be doing some paper snowflakes. And should be pretty easy. We have kits available at the library, but because the library is currently, the physical location is closed, you can call ahead in advance and ask the library if there are any kits available for the works, and you can arrange to pick them up. So in the kit this week, we have a bunch of just white printer paper. We have some colorful string, and then the other stuff we'll get to in a little bit. The things you'll want to have at home are a pair of scissors and possibly a ruler or a straight edge. That's not necessary, but it might come in handy. So let's go ahead and start off. And I'm going to move my camera down so you can see what I'm working on here. Okay. So we have a regular printer paper here. It's rectangle, and we want to start with a square. So this rule applies for origami too. If you do origami, you know that you want to use a square piece of paper instead of a rectangle. So to create a square, what you're going to do is just take one of the top corners, fold it down to the edge, so you're creating a diagonal. And you're just going to create a crease there. And everything below this crease, along this line, we're going to cut off. There we go. Okay, so now we have a square piece of paper. And we're going to just go back to that triangle shape that was already there with that one crease. And we're going to create another triangle by just folding it straight in the middle. You want to meet the sides and the sharp tips there. Create another crease. All right, now this part is kind of interesting. What you're going to want to do, we're going to create a crease down the middle. So you're going to kind of lift one edge, and we want it to overlap. So we kind of want to put it in the middle, but overlapping just a little bit. So sort of like that, kind of hard to tell, but we don't want it straight, just to point straight up. We want it to overlap a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to fold that side. So kind of it meets up, and it's exactly the same. So we have an arrowhead shape, right? It's an arrowhead with one forward from the front, and then the back to meet it. And then we're going to cut off the sort of the horns on the top of that straight across right there. Okay, so now we just have this. Looks like a gnome hat or something. Pretty easy shape to make. If you have problems, you can always stop the recording and restart it when you figure it out. Okay. So then what we want to do. Okay, now we're going to start with some sort of pen or pencil and our straight edge if you want. So we're going to mark a line from the bottom, not quite all the way to the top, but almost. And then we're going to round that edge at the top. So from your point of view, it's going to look like this. All right. Then we're going to start making some little designs here using our straight edge. So I'm going to just start with a couple lines, extend them all the way to the edge. Now it should look like that. We're going to do another one. This one is going to look slightly different. I'm going to put that first line in, and I'm going to put a nice kind of a candy cane curve. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. It's hard to get a good camera angle so you can see it. Okay. And we're just going to put a couple more lines in and not extend them all the way to the edge. And I'm just going to round the top. And then one more small one here at the end. Okay, so this will be the first design. It doesn't have to be anything exactly like this. I just found this on YouTube, so there's a bunch of different paper snowflake designs on YouTube. What we're going to do is just cut out the outside edge of that. So we're going to start the top, cut out here, cut out here, cut out here, cut out here. I'm going to mark X's on the pieces that we want to cut out, because those are the pieces that got to go. Okay. So we're going to cut out everything with an X and leave those shapes that we sort of drew in there. So this part is a little delicate. Got to pay attention to the details, but we're going to start cutting out everything with the X on it. And if you need a parent or an older brother or sister to do the cutting, that's totally fine, because you kind of need some sharper scissors. All right, slow going here because it's sort of delicate work. And of course, you don't have to be perfect. If you mess up, that's totally fine. There's a bunch of different pieces of paper in the kit. So you can make a variety of different snowflakes, or you have room to mess up, and that's okay. One more cut for mine here. Okay. So you're going to end up with a shape like that, or something like that. Okay. That's the shape we kind of drew in there with our straight edge. Then we're just going to carefully unfold it. And voila, there it is, our snowflake. Pretty cool design. Now, if you really want to engineer it, I'd advise using a ruler, getting really accurate, probably measuring the areas that you want to cut. You can come up with your own design. If you want to find some cool designs, I just searched YouTube for paper snowflakes, and there were dozens of different kinds to try. And then the string in the kit is just for you to tie and to string it up on the ceiling or somewhere, maybe put it on your tree if you want. I'm going to put a little knot in there. And there are our paper snowflakes. So again, you might want to smooth it out so they sit flat kind of better. But yeah, take your time, pause the video if you need to be a little more careful following the directions, or just look up a YouTube video for paper snowflakes and you'll find a bunch of different styles and designs. And you can get really nerdy with it. Use a ruler, make some calculations, kind of figure out what you want your snowflake to look like, and you can get really creative with it. So that's a great holiday craft there, and you can make a bunch of them with all the paper. And the second one is really simple as well. I'm going to pull out the rest of the kit. Okay. Oh, and you might need glue because we have googly eyes. Let's see if I can get the bottom off. Oh, no. Well, maybe. No. So all you're going to do is glue on the eyes to the popsicle stick. Glue on a nose. And then you're going to use the pipe cleaners to put either a little hat or maybe horns if your character is like a caribou or something. And you're going to put that across the top. So I'm going to tie on the popsicle stick cleaner. And we're going to do some caribou horns. So you can kind of make any holiday creature you want, and then you can paint it. You can use a marker to color it in. Again, I didn't include the glue. I should have. But you're going to glue the eyes on there right there. And you're going to glue the nose on underneath. And it's a little holiday creature. So those are just two little holiday theme quick crafts you can do with the kit. And thank you for joining me on the works from the Clearview Library District, and we will see you next time.